So in my bowl here I've got all my oils and butters. I've also put my other additives in, including my fragrance, so the kale and clay, salt, sugar, oatmeal and coconut milk, because I wanted to get it all buzzed up, because I don't want to over blend the soap once I've added the lye, because I want the soap batter to stay at a sort of a light trace. So just mix that all in again. I'm using my usual Bastille recipe, coconut oil, castor oil, olive oil, cocoa butter and shea butter, and I have a little bit of Tissa Silk in the lye water. And before I get going, I will get my wee sieve and my gloves. I'll be back in a tick. Right, I'm back. Now the design is a tiger swirl, so it will be a flat top. I'm thinking of actually using a gold sparkle mica drizzle on top and then just doing a swirl. And because I'm not piping and I'm just using my standard recipe, the whatever's left over I'll actually do in my little bar mould here. So I'll just add in this lye. Now I'm soaping at room temperature. The oils are about 25 degrees C and the lye is about 27, so I think it's close enough to put them together without too many adverse effects. And I'm straining it because I've got all these additives in it, like the silk, salt and the sugar. Now I'm told the fragrance doesn't rise or accelerate, and it's a perfect pour, and I've added it before the lye just to, as I said before, to make sure everything's mixed in before I get everything emulsified. I'm just going to pour off my colours now. I've watched a few videos on YouTube on how to do the tiger swirl. There's two methods. There's the one where you just pour straight down the middle of the mould, and hopefully if you've got your pouring trace right, comes out with a nice layered tiger stripe, and the other one is to pour it down the side. Now I was going to try the pour it down the side method, but I actually prefer the look of the one where you actually, the harder way of doing it, where you pour it down the centre. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm pouring off 4 amounts for 4 colours, and the last one is just going to be a little bit of an accent of white. Now I only really want kind of the natural, not a bright white, just the little bit lighter of the natural soap colour. Just you can see there, it's just slightly lined up here. I'll go for just a little bit more. And one of the reasons why I don't want to add too titanium dioxide is because it tends to speed up trace, and I don't want this thickening up faster than the other colours. So this one here is activated charcoal and dissolved in a bit of water, although I think there's a little bit too much water and not enough charcoal, so I'm going to remix that and I shall be back. Okay. And the sunshine yellow. A little bit of this orange in the next colour. Don't want it too bright. And this is just mica that's been dispersed in rice bran oil. So the rice bran oil will actually act as a super fat. And my next darkest colour is this satin bronze mica. Me working on my little small bench space again. I'll just arrange my colours in the order I want to pour. So, you guys see here, yep. So I'm going to start with the black. And then the copper. Just a little briefest of white. And we'll try that again. Now, from what I can gather from when I've been watching other people do the tiger swirls, I think, oops, little bit much there. The secret is, well, some of it's trace, and other it's actually how you pour. You don't want to pour too high, you don't want it to push the soap down, otherwise then you start getting too much of the curve from the pour, whereas if you pour it quite close to the top, and then when you flatten it down by beating the mould, all the colours then spread across. That's how I understand it to be. Whether I managed to do that or not, I don't know. This is my first time doing a tiger swirl, so your guess is as good as mine. Beat down. And it looks like I've filled up my mould perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for a few minutes for that to set up a little bit more, and then I'm going to stripe the colours on the top and do a skewer swirl on the top. And of course my gold marker drizzle. So I'll bring you back in a couple of minutes. Hi everyone, I'm back. This looks like it's a little bit firmer now, so hopefully what I put on top will actually stay there. Now what I think I'm going to do is give myself another scrape on 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I should have got this before I started videoing again. So I'm just going to put some lines of colour on the top. Gold marker drizzle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl it this way, this side, and then swirl it that way, this side, and hopefully it will look like tiger stripes or some such. You see on the back of a tiger. Don't want to play with it too much. So I don't know whether you can see it, but you can just see the gold mica and the swirls. And I'll put this to bed and we'll bring you back for the cutting. Now with the rest of the soap I'm just going to pour it into my bar mould, and I'll have those cut up for samples. So thanks for watching so far, and I'll bring you back for the cutting real soon. Hi, I'm back to cut Animalize, my first tiger swirl. That's how the end turned out, the loaf and the top. I moulded it after 24 hours and then I've just let it set for a day, just to firm up on the outside. It's still reasonably soft, and one of the reasons for that is because it's a Bastille, which means it's a high olive oil content. What I'm really interested in is actually how the stripe is inside. So here goes. Oops, sorry, I just bumped the camera. Night, darling. Wow, I think that's turned out not too bad for my first tiger swirl. Pattern looks reasonably even all the way through. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It more or less turned out how I wanted it. I didn't want too much in the dark colour. That's the last piece. So I would call that a success for doing the tiger stripe swirl. So what I'll do is I'll take some photos and put them at the end of this video. While I'm here, I'll just show you what I did with what was left of the batch. I just dropped it into the single bar moulds, and what I'll do is I'll cut these in half, and they will be little mini samples for to give away to friends and families and customers. So I'd like to thank you for watching me do the tiger stripe challenge for the Kiwi Soap Makers Facebook group, and I'll see you next time I'm soaping. Thanks and bye.